Greetings and salutations, my name is Eric, and I want to capitalize on market trends. Since the Chinese New Year event just ended, a lot of people probably picked up the Dragon Sentinel Skin, and it looks freaking awesome. So I'm like, people are probably going to want to use it on Wyrm. Might as well make a build video for Wyrm, so I just went and sunk a couple hours into forming it up. So hopefully I have a couple good builds for you guys. Now let's get on with the show. Oh yeah, and before we jump into the builds, this thing has great color regions. So like random... Oh, it's not going to do the head and stuff, but like copy warframe colors and then attachment copy warframe colors. Does that not look super freaking cool? That's so... No, I'm keeping that. I'm keeping that. And we're going to the simulacrum, just like everybody else. So when choosing your companion, you gotta think, what does this companion bring to the table that no other ones do? So, Wyrm Prime, for example, has very high shields, which will be important later, and it has two exclusive mods, Crowd Dispersion and Negate. Hopefully I can remember to put them in editing. So, I built 3 builds to deal with all of them. I am incredibly stupid. I just went on a whole spiel and it turns out I was wrong. So, what happens is, Crowd Dispersion unleashes a 10-meter radial knockdown on multiple enemies that are nearby, dealing 10 damage. And it's on a 10-second cooldown. So, we can use Manifold Bond to decrease that. And what it does is every time your ability deals damage, it applies all the status effects from your Sentinel weapon, okay? I thought it would only proc the damage that it does, yeah, whatever. So, basically, whenever it hits Crowd Dispersion, for example, this Verglass, will go over it in a bit, upgrade, so it will deal 1 status of heat, radiation, and viral, which, if you can kill them while they have those statuses on them, that instantly activates the Manifold Bond. Do you see where I'm getting at? So I wanted to capitalize on the Manifold Bond, so I just slapped on a couple cooldown-ish abilities. But I personally am more a fan if you put, where is it, Calculated Redirection, and, nope, where is it? Come on, Reinforced Bond. There it is. Because, why didn't that update? Anyways, so, I'll get more to this later. So basically, Crowd Dispersion works with Manifold Bond, and we can add the other 2 wherever they freaking went. I don't even know. There we go. I was lost in all the mods. So basically, if you can hit stuff with this, then kill them, it will decrease the cooldowns of all of these. However, this is an important note. Manifold Bond does not work with Negate. Even though it has a 5-second cooldown, it's one of the 2 mods that don't work with it. And Negate also, let me look it up. Which bond name is it? Bond, it is Mystic Bond. Negate also does not work with Mystic Bond, because then you'd have a free ability every 25 seconds, and apparently that's too powerful. So I don't know if I'm leaving in the clip of testing this, but I just want to show it off real quick. Alright, we're both invincible because it doesn't work if they're paused. Now, if we go like this, look, 3 status effects. Now, if we kill them while they have those effects on them, yeah, you see where I'm getting at, eh? I just don't want to, yeah, whatever. So, incredibly powerful synergy that I was doing it wrong the entire time. Now, while yes, ragdolling things across the galaxy is hilarious, it can kind of get stuff stuck in places. I think with the Dante update coming in March, they might fix some of that because they're doing some sticky corner stuff and things. But, so I'd give this like a 5 out of 5 for fun, but only like a 2 out of 5 for like actual practicality. Negate. Some people hate it, some people love it. I'll show you some good uses for it in a minute, but it's more prevalent on our no spam build. This is a flex spot. You can put whatever you want in here. I personally am a fan of Guardian because shield gating stuff and things. Why is the shield like that? Give me just a second. Okay, that fixed it. I don't understand why. So with no spam, we just want to focus on it being tanky so it can always provide us negate as much as it can. And with Reinforced Bond, it has over 1,200 shields, my bad. Wyrm Prime is the only Sentinel that can use this mod effectively. As long as you put on Calculated Redirection. So I also threw on Accelerated Deflection and Repair Kit. So this thing turns pretty tanky. However, one extra thing you can do, Oh, first of all these builds work with 3 forma as long as this mod is 5 capacity or less. So I just had this ranked down to. No biggie. But if you want 4 forma, and you can use the primed mods, that's... yeah. So one thing you can do with this mod, or this build, is bond. It is... Which one was it? Not vicious, not... Tenacious bond. You can slap that on there if you use a different weapon from Verglass. My Verglass is status based. See, only 8% crit chance. But with Wyrm Prime, well, since it's going to be probably alive quite a bit, because that's almost a second up. That's the same. Anyways, you get quite a bit of shield gating. With Tenacious Bond, if your crit chance of your weapon is over 50%, then you get a bonus to your damage. Basically a 20% bonus damage to the end of all the damage that you do. Which is absolutely nuts if you want it to stick around. You know what? I'm going to hop on a mission. I'm going to show you Negate's pretty useful. Now, Negate helps with knockdowns, and I do recommend putting Power Drift on there if you don't want to run or don't have Primed Sure-Footed, because it's an expensive mod. So these together, if it doesn't negate the knockdown, then you still have a 30% chance to resist it. You could always put Handspring or something there too, but I just find it's very, very useful. Let's go to the Void. I think that'll be a good place to test. Really, dude? I'm trying to record a video. Please? Where is it? The Thumper Orb? Yeah, this one. Hey, pay attention to me. Hey, get him. Oh, maxed out stack so fast. Like, I know it's only level 40, but that was pretty quick. Now, if this is right... See, it negates the laser barrier, so you can just walk right through it. That's, and every 5 seconds, like, ha ha ha! You cannot vex me, security camera. Oh, and for those of you wondering, I couldn't get the Void Death Orbs to activate, so that's why we're on the Corpus style set. Oops. Now, this build is really useful, like a 5 out of 5 useful, but it's not very fun because it doesn't do much apart from you survive. And you negate statuses every couple of seconds. This also, I've noticed, doesn't work with the Grenier magnetic doors and the Grenier arc traps, because the arc traps deal damage too fast back to back, so you'll get hit, it'll negate that status, and then it'll hit a second time really fast before you can destroy it, and then you still end up taking all the damage, which womp womp. But finally, I'll show off, it's just the Poggers build, which is just a mix of all the things put together. So we have the crowd dispersion because it's fun, with the manifold bond for the statuses, and then reinforced bond plus calculated redirection, so we constantly have a 60% fire rate. I also want to show something with a reload, which is really fun. We have a little bit of survivability, but that can be swapped out for whatever you want. Negate for the status effects, vacuum because it's standard, assault mode just so it can like deal damage and whatnot. And then just the 2 staples of every frickin' build. So yeah, like I said earlier, you can knock this down to 3 if this is, as long as whatever you put here is, or at least in this build, is down to 5. Drain. And let's go to the Simulacrum, and I want to show off the weapon. Yeah. So yeah, the Poggers build is the one I like to run around with the most. One thing to note about Reinforced Bond is reloading restores 150 overshields to your companion. So you know how some shotguns, like the, where is it? Come on. The Wyrm Prime, or the Strun, it reloads 1 shell at a time. So I just wanted to try something funny. Maxed out reload speed and a little bit of fire rate. Now, watch the, so 2,100, and then we just, it's a little loud. And then watch how fast we reload, and and, like, it's a little overkill, but, like, as you're taking damage, as you're reloading, you just soak that damage back up. It's not great for like level cap stuff and things, but it's still a blast. So let's check with the Verglass, and then I want to show you its damage, and then we can wrap this up. So I started using this one. It's only 2 forma. I used it with Nautilus a lot, and I'm like, oh wow, this is like really good. So we have our flat damage and our multi-shot. If your weapon has galvanized chamber, it can proc the stats for like the stacks for that. But if it's on the Sentinel weapon, it doesn't. Like, so you have to have it on yours as well. We have heat, radiation, and viral. This is a flex slot. I like fast hands so you can like reload faster. Oh my goodness. The radiated reload also helps with that. And I've been running it a lot with Rhino or Grendel. Mostly Rhino, though, because buffs that affect your... let's do... No, what? Me invisibly, not them, so I can show off. Sure. So, 190, Steel Path, Corrupted Heavy Gunners. So, like, it's not a lot, but... Oh, crap, I forgot the energy. One second. We gotta get the energy. So... Roar. And Nourish. Come on, attack them. And it starts to ramp up. Why are you doing... Come on. Okay, so it honestly survived for quite a while of me just standing there and it face tanking everything. Come on, do the butcher. Do the butcher, come on. It melts like lower armor stuff and things. And you're probably going to be armor stripping anyways. Okay, and it's a little low, so we oh no, we're spamming, and then we're reloading, and it's freaking tanky as all heck. It works, yeah. It works better against, like, literally everything against what we're testing against. Like, I ran Burglass a lot for the Gargoyle's Cry event, and it just shredded the Steel Path enemies. Where'd that one go? Like, it's not, for a Sentinel weapon, it's not bad. You have statuses out the wazoo. Get him, boy. Good job. And honestly, like, this is a bad example, but it's a lot of freaking fun. I want to find something like... Dude, you're making me look bad. Alright, let's see if this is going to make me look bad. So, Roar. Because our buffs affect them too. Good job, pal. You did it. I'm so proud of you. Keep up the good work. But you know what I mean. Like, this is the kind of stuff that you would run during Gargoyle's Cry. And if it's just helping you in the background, because you're the one doing the damage, not them. And that is still respectable damage for a Sentinel weapon. You know what I mean? Or maybe I'm just not elitist enough or something. I don't know. But let's wrap this up. So at the end of the day, Wyrm Prime, pretty good. It's the only Sentinel that can make use of Reinforced Bond. So you can always have the 60% fire rate, which... No, I won't have to tell you, that's pretty darn handy. And with Negate... Well, come on. With Negate, you can negate Prime Sure-Footed if you want. It'll be a little more risky, but still, that's saving space on your builds. And overall, it's a surprisingly good Sentinel. I'm a fan, I gotta say. And if this was useful, informative, or fun in the least, consider liking and subscribing. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.